Good. Hope everybody had a good holiday. We are, we're blessed to be here. The All-State Sugar Bowl and the people of New Orleans have done a fantastic job. The couple days I've been down here, this is a little bit new for me. Being in the National Football League for 17 years, very impressed with everything outside of just the game. Talking about the game, tremendous challenge ahead of us. This is the best defense we've played. Have a tremendous amount of respect for Coach Venables after spending nearly a month of studying the things that he does. Very difficult scheme. Has exceptional players. They're well coached. They're number one for a reason in the country. It'll be a big time challenge for us. We've been working hard. We still got a few days to go ahead and tighten up some details and really get after it on the practice field and in the classroom of making sure we cross all our T's and dot all our I's. But blessed to be here. Looking forward to being part of this game. But still got a lot of work ahead of us. And against the best team we've played, a team that really hasn't given up hardly any points, 30 points one time in all the games they've played against NC State, and only 2 other times they've given up more than 20. So you're talking about a stifling defense with exceptional playmakers and a very difficult scheme. So with that, I'll open it up to questions. No, I think look, we're charged with the task to go out there and perform as best as we can perform, and to have an opportunity to play in this game and to get into this tournament here. Everybody's focused. We've been preparing very hard. We understand the challenge that is ahead of us, but these guys have really done a good job in the classroom, on the field, on the practice field, trying to take the things that we're implementing and doing as good a job as we can with good effort and good intensity, good focus and good finish. So I think their minds are in the right spot. They understand that we have a very, very good opponent, defending national champion, ranked number 1, lead in a bunch of different defensive categories, coached by Coach Venables. Again, I'd say he does a really good job with good players. So we're focused. We understand that there's a tough challenge ahead. Yeah, look, I think Coach Burns does a fantastic job with all the guys. They're all talented. I've been around, obviously, a lot of good players in my years of coaching. Very unselfish group. Look, there's one ball. So, you have a lot of playmakers on your team, but each play you can distribute the ball to one person. So we do what we think is best. They're very unselfish, and I appreciate all the hard work and the things that they do. They put a lot of work in as a group, not just individuals. They're a tight, close-knit group. We're going to need them to play well. Look, you like to have as much depth as you can have on any team that you're coaching. So, it depends on who's got a hot hand or who's playing, as good as they can play that game. I think, having guys fresh is important. Fresh legs, and it doesn't matter if it's in the run game or the passing game. Whether it's a receiver, whether it's a back, whether it's a tight end, you try to utilize all the personnel you can use for that particular game. The guys that you trust, that are going to play the right way, that understand the plan, that have worked hard in practice. Coach Saban always talks about we earn everything we get, and that's kind of how it applies to the guys we're talking about. No, I think that, like I said before, with Coach Venables' defense, it's a very multiple defense. He does things from the sideline. He can call things quick. There's a lot of different fronts you have to prepare for, and spacing, pressure package. I think he does a good job of week to week changing things up. It's not always the same. So it's really, the game within a game, like most games are in the business that we chose, is, you have to get a feel for how things are going, and he's going to try to keep you off balance, and we're going to try to do the same. And, you might be preparing for, look, you only get so many practice reps. So you got to go back to your fundamentals and your rules to base execution, because you might practice one play 5 times versus 5 different looks, and then in the game you get a completely different look. So, that hasn't changed from what I've seen in the past from those guys. Again, they have really good players and they have a really good scheme, and they're where they're at for a reason. Um, and we're going to have to be on top of our game. Well, look, depending on the game, you could get something completely different the next game. So it might be one game you see not a lot of pressures, the next game you do. You have to be prepared for all of it. That's what makes it so difficult and challenging to prepare for a team like this is, there's plenty of multiples that you have to deal with. So how they choose to play us, I don't know. But we're going to have to trust our rules, our fundamentals, all the way back through spring ball. That's why you practice so much. That's why you get all these looks, because there's a rules and a fundamental to every play, and there's a lot of uncertainty when you're going into a game like this.
Coach, where would you like to see your offense improve?
Well, I think you try to improve as a coach. You try to improve in all areas every week, whether it's the run game, the pass game, the pass protection, getting off on press coverage, reads. Each week I don't think you can ever be satisfied where you're at. So we try to improve everything every single week, because as it gets later in the season, if you're not improving, usually you're not where you want to be. So, and even when you get to a spot like this, there's again, you get critiqued and evaluated on every practice here. Everybody's held accountable. So, we have a bunch of guys that try to continually improve on a day-to-day basis, and that's what we need to do. Well, they've done a good job here at this school with Coach Saban for a long time, and you just as a coach, your job is to tell the player what to do, show them how to do it, and really help them get there. So each position is unique. For the quarterback position, we really want to be good decision makers. We want to protect the football, and we want to lead our team down the field to score points. It doesn't matter if it's 20 passes or 20 runs. There's a lot of things that go into playing quarterback. Run checks, different techniques. It's not just hand the ball off. He has a lot of input in terms of the running game when we get going in the running game, and the distribution of the blockers, and where the point is and things like that. So decision making, leading the team down to score points, and protecting the football. Those are three things that we always emphasize.